This is a list of movies that I'm interested in for the autumn or the fall of 2019. Some of these I might have missed throughout the year, or some of these just popped up and I was like, oh okay, I want to see that too, let's get into it. Ford v Ferrari, which is starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale. So that seems quite interesting. Like a Ford v Ferrari, how could that ever be? But yeah, the trailer looks pretty interesting and it looks like one of them interesting biopic type movies. Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler. The cast looks pretty good for this too. Like if you watch the trailer, it looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. Rian Johnson, he's done a lot of good, cool stuff. Like he did that film Looper. He did that film Brick as well, but I haven't checked that out either. And he's directed one of the Star Wars, so it's like he's like got a good track record. And it's written and directed by him. And this is like kind of like a whodunit. I'm not usually for like whodunits. It's usually like a TV episode. Like it feels like, cause it's him, I feel like it's gonna be good. Dolomite Is My Name. It's on Netflix, starring Eddie Murphy, Craig Robinson, Chris Rock, Snoop Dogg, Mike Epps, T.I., lots of people. So that looks like it's gonna be good. And it's actually a true story. Well, you know, it's embellished. It's based on like a actual guy. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then this other film, it's come out already actually, came out in March, The Highwayman on Netflix. But I haven't got around to watching it yet. That's the thing, is like, you know when you queue something up on your list and then you don't get around to watching it. And that looks pretty interesting as well. So I was like, yeah. When you're like, 2 hours, you're like, yeah, you'll end up just watching other things. Or you have got the 2 hours, but you're like, you better mentally prepare yourself for it. That's the thing. So then you end up watching series or something. Professor and the Madman, starring Sean Penn and Mel Gibson, and it's about the people, these people in the 19th century trying to compile the dictionary. So I think that's quite interesting. It's like it's another biopic, but I think that's quite interesting as well. And then we've got Queen and Slim, which I think is going to be a really interesting movie, and it's starring Daniel from Get Out. It's like a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing, and then you see in the trailer it just goes south from there. Yesterday I wanted to see this like a nice comedy fantasy music type film, which I thought would be pretty good, directed by Danny Boyle, so you know it'd probably be pretty good. And part of it is written by Richard Curtis and Jack Barr. It's got my boy Ed Sheeran in it as well. So that I'm looking forward to that, but I just haven't got around to watching it yet. So it's just all those things, like I haven't got around to watching it, but we'll see. I should have known about this movie earlier, but I only found out about it like halfway through the year. I found out about this movie, and that movie is The Joker. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh yeah, it's really good, it's really good, it's really good. So I'm like, I think it might be really good. Todd Phillips directing and writing. You feel like it's going to be really good, but it's one of those films that I've been on the edge about. I feel like it's going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. Like, I don't think there's any in between, but lots of people have been saying like they can't fault it and it's really, really good. Another movie I'm looking forward to is Blue Story by Ratman, aka Andrew. It's going to be interesting, one for the British scene, so I feel like, yeah, it's going to be cool. We have The Irishman by Martin Scorsese. It's kind of going to be a return to form. Like, I feel like it's got that factor of, you know, when Goodfellas came out, I feel like it's like a return to that kind of film, and he just does that so well. So I feel like it's going to be really good. So we got Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel. So it's all like, it's like a dream team of actors and director and subject matter. So I feel like that is going to be one to watch for sure. It's definitely going to be one to watch. So it comes out, I think, in November. Yeah, and I'm excited for it. I hope it comes out in a cinema near me, but if it doesn't, then you know, it's going to be a great movie. People are mad at the runtime, but I feel like if Martin Scorsese makes a movie that's 3.5 hours long, like it needs to be 3.5 hours long. There's enough in there to make it that long, like, so I wouldn't complain. If it was anyone else, I'd be like, and the way he edits, you don't even feel the time when he makes a movie. So like, that's my list for now. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.